Who has the best stadium in all of college football? ESPN just came out with their top 25 best college stadiums for the 2024 season. Let's go over their top 10 picks. At number 10, we have Tennessee's Neyland Stadium. I think this is a pretty worthy inclusion of the top 10. Remember that absolutely iconic scene of Tennessee beating Alabama 2 seasons ago? At number 9, this is where we get into some hot take territory. We have Alabama's Bryant-Denny Stadium. I think most people would include Alabama inside their top 5. Yes, it may not be the loudest stadium inside the SEC, but combined with how good Alabama is, combined with that fan base, it should be a top 5 stadium in my opinion. Number 8, we have Wisconsin's Camp Randall. After going to Camp Randall last year for Wisconsin versus Nebraska, I would leave Wisconsin probably outside my top 15. I've personally seen better and more energetic Big Ten stadiums in my life. At number 7, we have Ohio State's Ohio Stadium. The Horseshoe is not only one of the most iconic stadiums inside the Big Ten, but all of college football, definitely worthy of being a top 10 pick. At number 6, this surprised me just a little bit, but Husky Stadium for the Washington Huskies. Washington is often described as having one of the loudest stadiums in college football. Plus, with that beautiful view of the Seattle skyline plus the mountains in the background, it can't get much better than that scenery. At number 5, Penn State's Beaver Stadium. Penn State's home games are absolutely iconic. It has a case to be the best stadium inside the Big Ten. At number 4, Notre Dame. Whether you think Notre Dame should be a top 5 stadium or not depends, I think, on how much you value the tradition of a stadium versus how electric it is. Going to a Notre Dame game is not as exciting as going to some of the other stadiums that I've already mentioned, but when you're walking around the outside of the stadium and part of the inside, you can just absolutely feel the tradition that Notre Dame has had for the last 75 years. At number 3, the Big House of Michigan. Obviously, it's called the Big House because it can have the most amount of people out of any college football stadium. It surprises me a little bit that Michigan is top 3 because from what I've heard, it's hard to keep the sound inside the stadium with how open it is. I've never been to a game at Michigan, but that's why I'm surprised it's number 3. At number 2, probably the most iconic stadium in all of college football, the Rose Bowl Stadium, or UCLA Stadium. I don't really need to describe much here. This is just the absolute most iconic stadium in all of college football. But ESPN had a clear number 1 with LSU's Death Valley. LSU is the wide consensus number 1, not only with ESPN, but I think just college football fans in general. It's just the best home atmosphere. Some teams that were just on the outside that did not make the top 10 include Clemson, Texas A&M, Oregon, Nebraska. But let me know who you think has the best stadium in all of college football.